So I'll be playing Simon. Simon was a really quiet boy on the island. He was always kind to others, and um, compared to Ralph and Jack, he wasn't civilized as he wasn't as civilized as Ralph and Piggy, who were trying to make up rules, and he wasn't as savage as Jack and his tribe, who were trying to just get the pig and try to get food. But he was mostly just kind and trying to be kind towards others, and he never uh, tried. He always tried to be friends with Ralph and Piggy. And this monologue is his last thoughts before he's being beaten because Jack and his tribe think that he is the beast when he comes out of the bushes. What is going on? Why is this happening? I didn't mean for this to happen. I was just trying to help. I was trying to warn the others that the beast isn't real. There was never a beast on the island. It was all in our heads the entire time. It was just a dead parachutist. There was no beast. I don't understand why they are beating me. I'm obviously not the beast. I came to warn them, to help them. I'm not trying to hurt them. I think they're going to kill me. Why won't they stop? I don't understand why Jack and his tribe are doing this. They have completely transformed into savages. I've been nothing but nice to everyone. This isn't right. We shouldn't be turning against each other like this. Why aren't we working together? Why aren't we helping each other to survive on this island? Why are we being cruel to each other? We're here all alone, so why are we turning against each other? I don't recognize Jack and his tribe anymore. They have painted their faces and turned into complete savages. All they do now is celebrate their savagery and strength. They don't think logically or consider being kind to others. This is cruel. What Jack and his tribe are doing is cruel. I reckon that they have become something other than humans. The pig head on the stick told me this would happen. It told me that they would hurt me if I tried to interfere with their savagery. It told me I was unwanted. I realize now that the beast wasn't some monster on the island trying to hurt us, but it was actually us. We were the beast we feared so much on the island, and we never realized it. We were doing more damage to each other than any beast ever could, and I wish they would just listen to me. This hurts. This really, really hurts. I don't know how much longer I can take this, and I don't know how much longer my body can take this.
I will be playing the part of Piggy, who is killed near the end of the novel. He is hit with a boulder that pushed off a cliff above him by another child. Ralph and Piggy were there to form a civilized solution to the villainous actions of the savages who raided their camp and stole Piggy's glasses, which he cannot see without. I wrote a reflection from Piggy's point of view in the final moments before his death. It happened so fast, I never made a noise. The boulder hit me in the jaw and then the knee, and sent me off the cliff. I never even saw it. The conch left my hands and shattered when it hit the ground. It was the only thing that made everybody listen. Ralph listened to me about what was important, keeping us civilized so we don't go savage. I guess all hope of that is gone now with me, though. Ralph was going more and more savage by the day, and forgot his words. He can't beat Jack anymore, and now that my glasses are in the hands of the painted fools, they will never be rescued, because nobody will ever see them. I'll never get to see my auntie again, and I'll never get the chance to save the boys on this island, because the conch is broken, and with it, the hope for a proper society like we ought to be in. I thought the conch was going to keep me safe in that instance, but it never did. Now, as I fall to my certain death, I can't help but to think where we went wrong. It was all Jack. He never listened to Ralph about the signal fire and became obsessed with hunting. He was the reason that Simon died, that innocent boy. I catch a blurry glimpse of the blue sky. What was I to the other kids? A fat and useless joke, whose only contribution was his glasses for a cooking fire? Ralph thought more of me than that. But I'm gonna die needlessly, just like the pig. Ironic how that's my name. He listened to me about what was important. Ralph did. To Jack, I think killing me was just like killing the pig. I don't think he ever wanted to be rescued anyway. There was something seriously messed up about him before we ever landed here. Ralph and everyone else knew he was bad news from the start. The way he put himself up above everyone else, even before he even said his name. He never cared about anything other than himself and the pigs. I never thought it would end this way. I always thought that maybe we would soon be rescued, or maybe that we would all grow up together on the island and form our own community, and that we all kept the rules like the adults back home. But all that has no chance if Ralph is alone against those savages. They aren't afraid to kill anymore, and will never be normal again, even if they were rescued. There is no hope left for these children if there's no conch to do assemblies, no Simon to help us make choices, and soon there will likely not be a Ralph to keep the fire going.
My monologue is on Sam and Eric, the twins from the novel, and my monologue is about them reflecting on their time on the island. After being saved from the island, I've been thinking about how strange it was to be there. It tested us, tested our loyalty, it made us question who we were and who we decided to stay with. It was quite the experience. Maybe it wasn't the island that was quite the experience, but rather the people placed on the island with us that made it so strange. Or it could have even been a combination of the stress of the island as well as the stress of the specific people that were placed upon the island with us. Maybe we chose the wrong team, maybe we should have stayed with different people. Perhaps if we had stuck with Jack, we could have convinced him to stay calm. We could have convinced him to stay civil. But maybe if we stayed with Jack, nothing would have improved. We could have become terrible warriors, or even hunters, just like everyone else in Jack's terrible tribe. We might have even killed, just like the others. Just like Jack and his savages. Although, I suppose, didn't we kill by trying to keep our loyalty to Ralph? We did, of course, kill We killed something. We thought it was the beast, but it wasn't. But we still killed it. Although, surely, if we had stayed with Ralph, we still would have helped kill it, just like he did. There was no way to tell what it was from either side that horrible night. Both Jack and Ralph believed that it was the beast. Alas, it is over, and we cannot change what has happened on the island. Yet still I wonder, did we make the right decision staying with Ralph? If only more people had stayed with him, we could have had quite the nice little village. I must say one of my greatest regrets is telling Jack about Ralph's location. Ralph did so much for us and tried to make life on the island tolerable and short. Short as in, he wanted to get us off the island. It was wrong to tell Jack about where he was. Yet we were scared of what Jack would do. If only Ralph and the others hadn't turned to savagery. Or maybe it would have been just easier for us to turn into savages like them. Join the majority. No point in stating our regrets when we can't change what's happened. I'm just happy that we are finally free of the terrors of the island. Terrors like the beasts, and whatever other creatures were hiding in the creepers. I'm so glad we can finally sleep in comfortable beds at night and not have to worry about the beast or any other creatures lurking in the darkness. We don't have to worry about whether Jack and his hunters will catch the beast or even catch food for us to eat. We also no longer have to worry about whether or not we will be saved from the island. We no longer have to look out on the blue horizon and hope that a ship passing by will see us. We don't have to worry about keeping a smoke signal alive to alert passing by ships or even planes. It's so much simpler now that we're off the island. So much easier. I suppose at first the excitement of the thought of adventure might have been fun at first for us on the island. However, now that we're back in our luxurious British lives, it's nice to know that the adventure is over. Because with all the adventure that the island brought us, it also brought us pain and distrust in our fellow friends, our fellow survivors of the crash. Another thing the island taught us was our need for adults, our need for civilization. We all thought that it would be fun to have no adults on the island, but really it was a disaster. Ralph tried his best to act all civil and adult-like. However, it just didn't stick. Everyone else wanted to act like a rowdy kid, and I suppose we wanted to at some point too. The idea of being free to do whatever is so glorious compared to the idea of a strict civilization. However, Ralph's idea of how we should have run the island would have been much better than the way Jack tried to. If we had had the help of an adult, we wouldn't have lost Piggy, or Simon, or even the little one with the birthmark. We would have had peace and order on the island, and certainly not chaos. We wouldn't have spread a forest fire, and we likely would have been saved so much sooner. As much as it was an adventure on the island, I wish that our plane had never had crashed. I wish that we never had to choose a side or kill a friend. I wish we never had to fight between civil society and savagery.